everyone and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we will be talking about Best of Beauty of 2017. So this is one of my most favorite videos to watch and also to film because I'll be talking about my most favorite products that I have been using in 2017. And some of them are actually new releases in 2017, some are not. And if you want to see all of my Best of Beauty of 2017, just keep on watching. So first of all, let's start with primer. So this is what I like to use to prime my face. The two new additions to my makeup collection in 2017 were these two Farsali products. So the first one is a rose gold elixir. So this one is a 24 karat gold infused beauty oil. So I like to use this one whenever I'm using matte foundation. So because my skin is mostly normal and during the winter time it goes a little bit too dry, I like to add a couple of drops of this one to my foundation, or sometimes I'm just using it and applying it all over my face before I apply my foundation. So it also has a 24 karat gold, which is anti-aging ingredient. So I'm taking care of my skin as well as gives it moist and softness. This is absolute must-have and a staple in my makeup routine. So the second one is a unicorn essence, is a skin enhancer antioxidant serum. So what I like about this one is on top of all the antioxidants that it has, it also works as a great primer for me. So when I'm applying my foundation on top of it, it glides on smoothly and it also prolongs the wear of it. So I like it so much. And sometimes I'm using both of them, so I'll be applying this one as my moisturizer kind of like to my skin, and also on top I will go with unicorn essence and apply it as my primer. Another primer that I like a lot, it is a Laura Mercier primer. I live in Canada, so during the winter time it is so dry, so my skin turns a little bit of drier, so I like to use hydrating primer underneath my foundation. And as well, especially if I'm using matte foundation which tend to be a little bit drier to your skin, I like to add a little bit of hydration using this primer. Another essentials in my primers, so this one is a photo finish foundation primer. It is a silicone based primer, so what it does, it fills in all of those pores and also your fine lines, and your skin became very smooth. The one thing to remember whenever I'm using this type of primers is that you can't like really buff or roll. So you really need to press in your foundation with a brush or with your beauty blender, because if you try to kind of like roll and buff and blend your foundation, this one will be also taking off your skin, kind of rolling with your foundation as well. So you really need to press on whenever you're applying your foundation on top. Another one of my most favorite product to apply to my skin and to use as a moisturizer is this one from Glamglow. So this one is a glow starter. It is a mega illuminating moisturizer. So this one looks so gorgeous on your skin. It is a moisturizer skin and also gives a beautiful glow. It doesn't make it oily or greasy, but it just gives a gorgeous glow to your skin. So this one is my favorite to use as my moisturizer before applying any makeup, and I definitely will be picking up a bigger size. This one just was a deluxe size and it actually goes a long way. I have been using this one for quite a long and I still have some. And the shade that I have is a nude glow. And I also want to add that it also smells just amazing. So this is amazing start for your day. I like to use it in the morning so much. It is kind of like the best starter of your day. So now let's talk about my favorite foundations. So my most favorite foundation, which is number one of all of the foundations that I like, it is this one by Dior. So this is a Dior Skin Forever foundation. So I'm using this shade number 30. And what I like about this foundation, it says perfect makeup, everlasting wear, pore refining effect. And it also has SPF 35. And this is exactly what it gives to my skin. It kind of like makes it so smooth, poreless and so flawless. I love how my skin looks like. So I know a lot of people love it or they don't, so you really need to test this one out and kind of like try it for yourself. So for me it does just magic. My skin looks so flawless and so beautiful. I look beautifully in a picture and I look the same beautifully in person. and this is definitely my #1 foundation. So another foundation that I love in this year is the one from Fenty Beauty. So this one is Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation, and I'm using one in a shade 230. So this one is a matte foundation, so this one tends to be a little bit drier. So whenever I'm using this foundation, I like to use oil or I like to use hydrating primer underneath. So I use this foundation today, and as you can see, my skin looks flawless and also very beautiful. I like this foundation a lot, and this is another staple in my makeup collection. So now let's talk about my favorite concealers. So when it goes to concealers, the two of my most favorite are these two from Nars. So the first one in a jar, it is a Soft Matte Complete Concealer. So you can see it has a more creamy consistency, and also this one works magically if you want to cover any blemishes or dark spots. So how I like to use this one, I like to apply it to my eyes whenever I'm priming my eyes. I also like to use it under my eyes, and also if you need to cover any blemishes or dark spots, this one is a great one. So another one, it is a Radiant Creamy Concealer. So this one is also in shade Vanilla. So this one is my favorite to use underneath my eyes and also whenever I want to highlight my face. So now let's move into the eye category. So for the primers for my eyes, I like to use Nars Soft Matte Complete Concealer, as I just told, and I also like another product whenever I'm using glitters or any shimmery eyeshadows. So this one is by Too Faced, and it is a glitter glue. So this product works magic whenever you're using any glitters and also any glittery or shimmery eyeshadows. It prolongs the wear of those glitters and also prevents them from falling out. I like it so much, and if you haven't tried it, I highly recommend you to go and pick one, and I'm sure you will fall in love with it and you will not be able to use any glitter without this glitter shadow primer. So now let's talk about eyeshadow palettes. And if you haven't known yet, I'm a huge eyeshadow palette junkie. I like to collect them, and I definitely always look into what is out there. So now let's talk what it made to my Best of Beauty eyeshadow palettes of the year. So let's start with this Huda Beauty Desert Dusk eyeshadow palette. So you probably already saw it on my Instagram. I love this palette so much. So first of all, just look at the packaging, how you may not like this palette. And then when you open it up, the quality is amazing. I love this palette so much. I like that it have different textures and different types of shadows, and the pigmentation is so amazing, and also the shadows blend so beautifully. I like them so much. It's definitely a must-have in my makeup collection. Another one is Electric Obsessions by Huda Beauty. So first of all, I like how small this palette is, so this one is amazing for traveling. So this is how the palette looks up close. It has 9 eyeshadows, so some of them are matte and some of them are glittery. And if you haven't used any of this Obsessions palette by Huda Beauty, I just want to let you know that the pigmentation is so amazing, and also they just blend like butter. So this one is the most bright of all of the Obsessions palettes. There is actually 4 came out, and if you haven't tried this one out, I definitely recommend you to go to Sephora and just test it out and see how amazing these eyeshadows are. So another palette that I picked up this year, it is the one by Morphe and Jaclyn Hill. So you can see how huge this palette is. And let me just open up and show inside. So this is how the palette looks inside. You can see how many eyeshadows do you have. They blend out so beautifully and also so pigmented. So what I like about this palette is that it also has so many eyeshadows, and it's so many different shades. Some of them are very bright and some of them are more neutral one. And it also has so many different textures that you will be definitely able to pick up ones that you like, and you can use them every day or if you want to go out. And I also like that this one is a more affordable one. So if you haven't tried or test out this palette, you definitely should. So another palette was released at the end of the year, but it's already made it a staple in my makeup collection, and it is a must-have for me. If you haven't picked up this palette yet, I highly recommend you to run to Sephora and grab one, and then you can thank me later. So as you can see, it has 16 gorgeous shades. So I like that it has 4 must-have mattes for me, and also the rest is a gorgeous glittery and shimmery eyeshadows. They're so pigmented. The most of them don't have any fallout at all. I like to use them so much, and it's definitely a must-have in my makeup collection. And the last palette that I want to talk about, it is Pat McGrath Mothership 3 palette. So this palette is a more pricey and more expensive palette than any of the others that I talked today. So I actually used this palette today whenever I was creating this eyeshadow look, and I actually filmed a tutorial of it, so I'll be putting a link to that video when it became available down in my description box. So this palette has 10 gorgeous eyeshadows and they are like no others. I like them so much. They're so gorgeous. They're amazing toppers on any of your eyeshadows. The mattes are so pigmented and so easy to blend. They're just like butter. And also those beautiful shimmery and glittery eyeshadows, they're like no others. Whenever you're applying it on top of your eyes, they look so beautifully, and this palette is definitely must-have for me, and if I could, I will definitely pick up all three that are available from McGrath. So my favorite lashes of the year are Huda Beauty lashes. Who would be surprised? So I'm holding two of my most favorites. So the one over here, these are Farrah lashes, and I actually use them on my eyes today. And another one is in the style Samantha. So I like these lashes so much. They're so easy to apply and they're so gorgeous and so beautiful. And you can see they just make any of eye look so much better. So this is actually the lash adhesives that make it to the top of the lash adhesives of the year. So what I like about this one is actually if you look up close, it kind of like a little bit of green. So whenever you're applying it to your lashes and then it dries out, it turns into black. So then you know what is the best timing to apply your lashes to your eyes. So this is what I love about this glue. I don't have to wonder, I don't have to count, I don't have to wait and see if it's tacky enough or not. I just see the color changing and I like it so much. And I also like the applicator of this lash glue. You can see it make it very precise and very easy to apply it to my lashes. So my favorite liner of the year, it stays the same. It is Kat Von D Tattoo liner in a shade Trooper. I like that it is very dark and also very precise, so it is very easy to use. It stays all day, it doesn't smudge or fade, and it's definitely my favorite liner of the year. So for mascaras, I actually like to use this too, and I actually love to use them together. So first of all, I like to apply Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir Magic Volume Mascara. So this one in a shade Black. So you can see how the wand looks like. I really like to use this mascara because it gives me so much volume like no other mascaras. And it's also so black that it makes my lashes just pop. And then on top, I like to use this Buxom Lash Mascara. And you can see how the brush looks up close. So what I like about this one is that it separates my lashes so it doesn't clump them up, which I did notice with Marc Jacobs mascara. So this one helps me to separate my lashes and also gives a lot of length. So both of them together just works magically. So this is what I like to do with mascaras. I like to use one that gives me tons of volume, and then I like to use another one that just separates my lashes and gives them a lot of length. And if you have never tried to use two mascaras in once, I highly recommend you to do this year. So now let's talk about my favorite contour products of the year, and it is Kat Von D Sheet and Light Contour Palette. So you can see that it has 6 different shades. So 3 of them for highlighting and another 3 for contouring. So sometimes I just mix several of the shades together and they just look so gorgeous on my skin. I like that they are very pigmented and also so easy to blend. It's definitely one of my most favorite powder contour palette of the year. And I also like to use this palette to set up my under eye concealer. So usually I go with this middle shade Lyric, and also I mix it with this more like pink shade over here. And this is my favorite way to set up that under eye concealer. So another my most favorite face palette of the year, it is a Kylie Cosmetics Coco Collection face palette. So this palette is my most favorite everyday palette to use. I like to use this bronzer just to contour my face on daily basis, and I also like both of these highlights as well as this blush. I think it's so gorgeous and also works for so many skin tones. And also this palette is amazing if you're traveling and go on any vacation because you don't have to pick up different products. You can just pick up this palette. So when it goes to a cream contour and highlighting, my favorite palette of the year is the one by Anastasia Beverly Hills. So this is a contour cream kit in a shade Light. So I really like to use this palette whenever I want to do more dramatic contouring. So this is my favorite palette to use. The shades amazing. They also blend out so beautifully and they also so creamy. I like it so much, and it's definitely a cream contour palette that I would recommend. So now let's talk about highlighters. So first of all, let's talk about this Marc Jacobs Coconut Gel Highlighter. So how I like to use this highlighter, I like to add a couple of drops to my foundation, and it just makes it so gorgeous and it looks so dewy. And I also like to use it on top of my cheeks, so I kind of like apply it with my fingers on top of my cheekbones, and then I like to go with a powder highlight on top. So I also have to talk about this Huda Beauty highlighter palettes. So the first one is the Winter Solstice highlighter palette. So I like that you have so gorgeous but so unique shades like no other. And if you have never used Huda Beauty 3D highlighter palette, so what it does, it has one of the creamy shades that you just apply as a base, and then there are 3 powder highlights that you can use on top of the base to create a very gorgeous glow. So what I like about this Winter Solstice highlighter palette is that the shades are so unique and they just boost my creativity. So what I like to do, I can just use these highlighters as regular highlighter. They are very gorgeous to use in inner corners, and also you can actually use them as eyeshadows and also on top of your lip gloss or lipstick, and it just gives gorgeous glow, and you can create your unique eyeshadows or your unique lip toppers. So another one, it is a Huda Beauty 3D highlighter palette. So this one, it is a Golden Sands edition. So again, it has 1 creamy shade and also 3 of the powder highlight. So what I like about this palette is that you can create a 3D effect with this palette. So you can apply the shade Fiji as your base. So this one can be used as a highlighter. You can contour your cheeks with this shade and also use this one as your blush. So this way you can create a 3D effect and you will be ended up with a gorgeous 3D highlighter from Huda Beauty. So now I want to talk about my favorite setting sprays. So the first one is by MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus, and if you don't have this one magic bottle in your makeup collection, you should definitely go and get one. So first of all, I like to wet my brushes whenever I'm using any shimmery or glittery eyeshadows. They just pop up and it makes them look so bright and vibrant. And also this one is amazing to set up your makeup. So this helps to melt all of those powders that you apply to your skin with the rest of your makeup, and they look so flawless and so gorgeous. And it's also great to refresh your makeup throughout the day. It is so hydrating and it's absolutely a must-have in my makeup collection. So another one that I can't live without, it is the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. So I like to use this one before applying my makeup and also as a finishing spray after I'm done my makeup. This one gives a gorgeous glow and also the dewy skin effect to my skin. And the last setting spray that I like so much, it is U-Tan and Tone Setting Spray. So this one is a coconut tanning water. So I like to use this one because it has that essentials coconut water in it, which is so hydrating to your skin, and it also gives you a tanning effect whenever you're applying to your skin before your makeup. And the last category that I want to talk about is my favorite lip products of the year. So first of all, I like to use this too. So this one, it is a MAC lip conditioner and also Prep and Prime from MAC. So what it does, this one works kind of like a moisturizer to your lips. It hydrates your lips, and this one prep and primes your lips, so it's kind of like a primer for your lips. It is prolongs the wear of your lipsticks, also help it to stay all day long and doesn't fade and smudge. And also if you kind of like overline your lips with it, it helps with those fine lines around your lips. So now let's talk about my most favorite lip glosses and also lipsticks of the year. So first of all, I have to shout out for Huda Beauty lip strobes. I love them so much. I have several in my makeup collection, and I use one of them in the shade Snobby on my lips today. It gives gorgeous glow and just volumize your lips, They make them so juicy and so gorgeous. I like them so much. And for sure, I also love my liquid mattes from Huda Beauty. So actually this one was from the lip tint set, which is a Huda Beauty contour and strobe lip set. So it has a Huda Beauty lip liner, which is actually my favorite lip liners to use. And it also has mini lip strobe and also a mini liquid matte lipstick. And if you have not picked up this set, you should definitely check them out and pick one. So this way it is amazing to test out and try Huda Beauty lip products. So another my favorite lip formula to use, it is Anastasia Beverly Hills lip glosses and also liquid matte lipsticks. I also love to use Kylie Cosmetics Coco Collection lip products. So it has one lip gloss and also 3 different gorgeous matte liquid lipsticks. And the last but not least, it is a Kylie Cosmetics and KKW Beauty collaboration. So it is a cream liquid lipsticks. So I like this set because it has the most gorgeous 4 nude shades for your lips. So if you like nude shades, you will definitely like this one. So this is all of my most favorite beauty products of 2017. I really hope that you like this video. Also let me know in the comments down below what are your most favorite products of 2017. And I just want to take this opportunity and wish you happy holidays and happy new year. I really hope that next year will be fabulous and gorgeous, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye!